Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So are we going to see the price of XRP rally in the coming months? What is in store for XRP holders in quarter four? I mean, recently we've just seen XRP just kind of unexpectedly make this rally to the upside, which, we're not complaining about for sure. But what is going to happen from here? I mean, is it now just kind of whatever Bitcoin does, XRP will follow? Or are there some other hidden fundamentals that could bring XRP price up on its own? So as I've been saying over the past few days, since about mid to early September, we did see that huge spike up for XRP. But, since about the 22nd or the 23rd of September, we have just been seeing XRP vacillate and kind of trading sideways in this zone here. Right now, XRP is trading at 46.6. And so, is this our fate? Just more sideways trading until the market rallies? Well, XRP Crypto Wolf brought this up on Twitter. 3 signs suggesting that an XRP price boom could continue in quarter 4 of 2022. So this is all supporting the idea that the momentum will continue, guys. XRP has made considerable gains over the last month, as we know. Just recap some of the info that we've been learning over the last month, and then give specifics. For instance, the XRP price gained 25% 30 days after Ripple and the SEC filed for an immediate ruling on whether or not XRP sales violated U.S. securities laws. In comparison, Bitcoin and Ether are down 4%. And 11% respectively over the same period. So here is that chart, and what happened was Stuart Alderati tweeted this on September the 17th. My hot take: after 2 years of litigation, the SEC is unable to identify any contract for investment. That's what the statute requires, and cannot satisfy a single prong of the Supreme Court's Howey test. Everything else is just noise. And you guys can see he tweeted it right there, and the XRP price rallied, as we all know. Meanwhile, Bitcoin and Ethereum, so Ethereum is in this blue color and Bitcoin in this orange color, they just stayed relatively flat. So we are assuming it's partially because of that, but now a flurry of indicators ranging from on-chain to technical analysis hints XRP can continue its uptrend. And guys, this is not just going to be quarter 4 of 2022, going into 2023 as well. So let's take a look at some of the technicals first. Bull pennants are bullish continuation patterns that form as the price consolidates in a triangle-like range after a strong upside move. And I mean, I think that it is very apparent that that is what we're seeing on the XRP chart. We are not seeing lower lows, which is a very good sign. We are seeing the higher lows. And I guess I should maybe draw that a little better, or actually, that's not a bad drawing there. Bullish pennant usually indicates a continuation pattern to the upside. That is obviously the opposite of if we were to see something like this, a bearish pennant pattern, which sometimes we see. The opposite would mean, of course, a continuation to the downside, but here we are seeing the bullish pennant pattern, so that is just one indicator. XRP has been trading inside a similar technical structure since late September, as shown below. So you guys can see that there on the chart here that they've provided by TradingView. While at it, the token has attempted to break above the pennant twice, albeit with no success, and now eyes another breakout in the coming days. So theoretically, a bull pennant breakout increases the price as much as the size of the previous trend. So that's also an interesting little piece of technical information to note here, guys. If I were to just throw up a bars pattern here, and if we are to break out, let's say, the same amount as this trend here, and we were to put that down on here somewhere. So, I mean, I don't know where it's going to start, but it could start there, it could start there. But anyway, just to kind of give you guys a sense of what this analysis assumes will come next, that means we could see a price of XRP anywhere between, 65, 70 cents, give or take. And I mean, would that line up with a Fibonacci? Let's take a look. I mean, I haven't really checked this out yet, but we were to just kind of throw that fib on there, you guys can see, anywhere in between the 0.618 and the 0.702. So likely going to hit the 0.702 before maybe a rejection, a bit of a correction, and then hopefully a continuation to the upside. There was also this, guys. XRP's bullish technical setup receives further cues from on-chain data showing accumulation is underway. So on-chain data is something that, we don't really pay attention to too much, unless it is reported in the news. Notably, XRP's mean coin age, the average age of all coins on the blockchain measured by the purchase price, has been rising since September. So according to data from Sentiment, the metric theoretically suggests that XRP users have been increasing holding the token. So we have seen an increase. Median coin age is going up, guys, which means more holders holding more tokens. In addition, data tracker Whale Alert detected millions of dollars worth of XRP withdrawals across Bitstamp, Bitso, and other crypto exchanges, reducing the supply that can be potentially sold. So, when I'm reporting all these huge transfers on all these exchanges, I know some of you guys are probably rolling your eyes thinking, yeah, whatever, it's just another big transfer. It doesn't move price right now. But guys, this all points to something bigger, right? All these things in isolation might not mean a lot, but when you look at the bigger picture, when you look at the on-chain data analysis, what everybody is revving up and gearing to do, remember, these are likely not retail traders, these are institutional guys. The bigger outcome, the further projection could look a lot more favorable. Notably, investors have moved a total of $126 million worth of XRP from exchanges to unknown wallets since October the 14th. In comparison, $78.99 million worth of XRP has been deposited into these exchanges. And then finally, the third indicator, of course, is the legal win for Ripple in the SEC. I don't think I have to go over this. We all know about the lawsuit, of course. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse anticipates the case should conclude in the first half of 2023. We got some other news the other day from Jeremy Hogan suggesting that maybe, just maybe, we will see a settlement before November the 13th. And if you guys didn't see the video I did on that, I'll link it up here in the top right-hand corner. So things are looking promising, guys. I mean, a perfect storm event would mean that Bitcoin would rally as well. And right now, Bitcoin is still remaining relatively flat, similar to the rest of the crypto market. So we haven't really seen much action with regards to other cryptos. XRP, one of the biggest movers, but that's because we're in the middle of an industry maturation period. The Cryptic Poet posting this. So Ripple partner Mastercard, they are now looking to help banks offer cryptocurrency trading. That's interesting because Mastercard isn't really in the trading game. They are, they specialize in payments. Global point of sale payments for Mastercard holders, well, now they're looking to bring crypto to the masses by making it easier for banks to get involved. The payments giant plans to announce a program on Monday that will help financial institutions offer crypto trading. This according to CNBC. Mastercard will act as a bridge between Paxos, a crypto trading platform already used by PayPal, to offer a similar service in banks, according to the company. Mastercard and Paxos will handle regulatory compliancy and security. Two core reasons banks cite for avoiding the asset class. So these guys are actually looking to make it easier for the masses to get into cryptocurrency. Something I think institutions will like as well, because, well, I mean, quite frankly, they need to dump on somebody. And I mean, so long as you're trading with the institution mindset and not buying, FOMOing into a coin or something like that as the market's rallying already, buy low, sell high, right? That is the traditional way to, be successful in trading. It'll be okay for traders like you and I who are smart enough to buy in a bear market. Some consumers have been skeptical, though. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are known for volatility, and the world's top digital assets have lost more than half of their value this year. The industry has suffered billions in hacks since January, coupled with multi-high-profile bankruptcies. Nevertheless, Mastercard, I think the bigger takeaway here, Mastercard, looking to bring trading to the masses, and, considering they're not a trading platform or really don't work in that trading sphere, I mean, it's not their specialty. It is interesting that this is where they want to go. Now, I mean, they do have a vested interest. They do want to promote cryptocurrency adoption. And so if more retail are trading crypto, obviously more people will have crypto. And more people, therefore, can use their crypto to pay for things using their MasterCard. That is my train of thought there. That's why I think they are doing it. So interesting news there. I wanted to thank the Cryptic Poet just for pointing that out. And with regards to the Ripple XRP lawsuit and the Amicus brief put forth by iRemit, here's some new information coming out of that Amicus brief from Wilbur54-XRP here on Twitter. The SEC's claim that XRP doesn't have a legitimate use case is blown out of the water by this Amicus brief of iRemit and TapJets. Once John Dean submits his brief on behalf of XRP investors, I call that a slam dunk. Now, guys, take a look at this Twitter poll that they put in their Amicus brief. Over 57,000 votes on this. Okay, and this is demonstrating some of their clients and their preferred method of payment. Over 57,000 people have voted for the preferred method of payment, with XRP and LTC taking the highest votes. TapJets elected to implement both and invested in technology to support acceptance of these digital currencies. To TapJets, the difference between LTC and XRP is reduced to the fact that if people wish to pay with XRP and there is a large community of XRP followers, this means potential for that community to pay for TapJets services. So over 43%, almost 44% of the people surveyed here preferred or wanted to use XRP, whereas Litecoin coming in second here at 34.9%. As of the date of the affidavit, LTC, still the runner-up, is still available on exchanges to convert to fiat as digital currency, and it is only due to the SEC litigation that TapJets is unable to use exchanges to convert XRP to fiat. So railing on the SEC, obviously, for bringing this case forth, essentially forcing U.S. exchanges to delist XRP, whether that is a silent twist of the arm or if these exchanges were actually told by somebody. I mean, we don't know this. I'm speculating on this, but if they were told by somebody, look, you have to delist this, it would be in your best interest. The Coinbases and other exchanges all just followed suit. The only one holdout, obviously, was Uphold, and I got to give them credit for that. But just going back to this, TapJets, suggesting, look, XRP is being used. People do want to use it as a currency. So here's the proof. 57,000 people did vote on this who do already use the service, and they say, they prefer XRP. So wanted to thank Wilbur54 just for posting that. And so there's this kind of looming issue that I wanted to address that I didn't address in the video I did the other day with regards to the CFTC regulations. But some people were tweeting about this, and I thought I'd address it and why I think it probably won't go through. So first of all, let me just point you guys to this. FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried supports knowledge tests for retail traders to get into risky trading strategies. Now, this is on the heels of what Christy Goldsmith Romero said at the CFTC, okay? Establishing a household retail investor category could give them more consumer protections. For example, disclosures written in a way that regular people understand or could be used when weighing rules on the use of leverage. There's been a lot of talk about really kind of regulating to a point of over-regulating retail traders from being able to get into crypto. Somebody was saying that, it could be that only accredited investors, at some point in time, only accredited investors will be able to actually trade cryptocurrency. So anybody with a $10 million portfolio or more. I don't really see this happening. And some people are truly legitimately scared by this because, we're all retail traders. I'm sure most of our portfolios aren't at $10 million. It's kind of a scary prospect considering some of us have been in this for quite a long time. We enjoy trading cryptocurrency. Why are the regulators coming down and trying to hurt us? So some legitimate fear about this. However, I don't really think that's going to go through. And the reasons are exactly for this. Look at this. Sam Bankman-Fried is now supporting knowledge tests for retail traders. So I think what they want to do, though, is try to find a way to get us into cryptocurrency and try to make it as safe as possible. And I know that sounds maybe a little naive and a little basic, but there are reasons for this. So Sam Bankman-Fried is backing an idea suggested by the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. Romero wanted to adopt a new retail investor definition that would allow the agency to treat regular crypto traders differently from institutional investors and provide them with more limits and protection. She says the idea could be used for weighing rules on the use of leverage by investors. So there's that. Okay, if you are using leverage that you cannot pay back, you probably shouldn't be trading. I know I always make a point never, ever, ever to use leverage. That's just the rule I go by because I know, if I lose my money, that's on me. But if I'm losing borrowed money, that ain't so good. Her proposal comes amid calls from lawmakers that the CFTC oversees spot crypto trading in the country. And Sam Bankman-Fried is floating this idea. And the reason I think Sam Bankman-Fried's floating this idea is because we need retail, or rather institutions need retail for the liquidity. They're not just going to be trading up against each other and trying to make millions of dollars that way. They are going to need exit liquidity, and they rely on retail to not know what they're doing in order for that exit liquidity. So it sounds nefarious. It is nefarious, but they need retail in there in order to make money. And this is why I said at the beginning, so long as you're trading alongside institutions, you're on the same side as them, you're trading against the guys FOMOing in when we're at all-time high, that is how you're going to make money trading. And so this is why I don't think they don't actually really want to thwart retail that badly. So again, just my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. Thanks to Michael Branch here just for posting that. And this from Wheezy at Nerd Nation Unboxed. This sounds scary. John Deaton did warn everyone. This sounds like he may be targeting Ethereum as well. A quick interview with Gary Gansler just explaining how he sees companies hiring devs and employees, whoever, that have created cryptocurrencies and his justification for them as securities when confronted with this question.
In addition to having people come in and talk to the SEC or enforcement actions, how else can you make it clear that, okay, here are the types of tokens that don't fall within our purview? There's so much confusion.
Rena, I just don't accept it. Not liking the answer is not the same as not knowing the answer. And you teach at Georgetown. You've got great students. I mean, you ask them. Wait, when you look, ask for a show of hands, even in that audience there. Is there anybody in the audience that is working with a crypto token project? I'm not going to take names. I'm not going to, right? And do you have a legal contract with them? Do you have an engagement with them? And the answer is going to be generally yes, because you probably aren't working pro bono, and there's some group of entrepreneurs that have signed that contract. It's not. This isn't that confusing, actually. It's pretty straightforward, but people are trying to paper over it, and there's frankly a lot of non-compliance. People are trying to sort of say, well, I set it up in a foundation, or I set it up in another jurisdiction, usually overseas, or I airdropped a few tokens here, but kept most of the tokens myself. But there's a group of entrepreneurs, there's a group of developers in the middle. The hand I saw in the audience, we won't take the name down, probably has a client, and there's somebody there that ought to be thinking, all right, in the US, people are investing based on anticipating a profit and based on our efforts.
So an interesting perspective. I don't know if I agree with Gary Gansler completely or at all, but he does have a point. I think there is a difference, though, between, working for a company that works with a cryptocurrency and working with a company that has created a cryptocurrency. So maybe that's where the differentiating factor is. Obviously, Ripple did not create XRP. XRP was created originally and then gifted to Ripple for a purpose. So here's where the lines blur. And this is why, I guess, we're seeing this lawsuit really take its time getting sorted out in court. As Gary Gansler is responding to this question, though, he's asking the speaker here, well, you work at Georgetown University. You have, pretty smart students here. You should know the answer to this question. It's not acceptable if you don't like the answer. It's different if you don't know what I'm talking about here. This coming from the same guy who apparently can't seem to figure out his work emails at home. This coming from Erica Gilbert here on Twitter, retweeting out Wheezy's tweet. Another Wheezy tweet, unethical behavior seems to be habitual for Gary Gansler as it stems back to his CFTC days. Here's a clip of Gary Gansler when he was at the CFTC, didn't know how to access work emails from home, only used it very few times. CFTC didn't have robust training. I had no training. That's your excuse?
Though I used my official email account far more than my personal, to get the job done, I did routinely engage with CFTC staff and others through my personal email, particularly outside of normal business hours. Having come to this job after years of not working in a traditional office setting and primarily being a single stay-at-home dad, frankly, I was not attuned to the ways of accessing work email at home. And at the CFTC, we did not have a robust training program, and I personally didn't receive training on either remote access or federal records. As head of the agency, I take full responsibility with regard to records management, training, and promoting transparency at the CFTC.
And this is the guy tasked with figuring out what is a security and what is not a security in the realm of cryptocurrencies. With regards to the communication that, these bodies should be keeping a very detailed record of, well, maybe they haven't been. As per J.W. Verrett here, he just recently did an interview with Tony Edward from the Thinking Crypto podcast. The subpoenas are going to fly over to Gary Gansler. What we've heard is that there are staff at the SEC that are actually using apps like Signal and WhatsApp, okay? So privacy apps outside of their public emails, like we do to try to keep communications private. This is a statement, this is a quote, a statement from J.W. Verrett. They're doing the same thing, and it is illegal. Listen to this bombshell.
Let me tell you, the subpoenas are going to fly over to Gary Gansler, so he needs to be ready for that. And hopefully that will keep some of the excesses that we've seen at the SEC in check.
Yeah, interesting point you bring up, because I interviewed Congressman Tom Emmer multiple times, and he gave a kind of a famous line, I believe a month or two ago, where he said a new day is coming, and he was talking to the SEC enforcement director, and kind of alluding to potentially Republicans, winning the midterms, and then he said having the gavel, they will have the gavel in their hands to then keep regulators like Gary Gensler in check.
Yeah, and there's a few things they can do. One is oversight, subpoenas of emails and such. Unfortunately, what we've heard is that there are staff at the SEC that are using apps like Signal and WhatsApp, like we do, to try to keep our communications private. They're doing the same thing to keep them private from congressional oversight. Now, if they're doing that from a just government ethics and oversight perspective, it's illegal. So hopefully, in that context, and I feel a lot more comfortable with you and me using Signal and WhatsApp to maintain our privacy than I do someone in a government position who should be accountable to the public. But we might see that issue come up in oversight. Another thing that they can do on the Hill is to insert appropriations riders, and we've already seen Mr. McHenry float an appropriations rider to limit the SEC from adopting the new rule that attacks DeFi. It would require all DeFi, all DEXs to register essentially with the SEC in a way that violates freedom of speech, as Coin Center's letter has made the case. So we'll probably see a lot of that next year.
That's another important point, preventing the SEC from being able to regulate DeFi, to limit what we can do there. But the point I really wanted to point out was that they are actually as per JW Verrett here, he is alleging that the SEC is actually communicating with privacy apps. This is a government body that should not be allowed to do that. And, as he says in this interview clip, that is illegal. The communication should be out in the open for the public to see. If they are having side conversations on privacy apps, how is that going to look in court when that is revealed? Wanted to thank Tony Edwards here from the Thinking Crypto podcast and JW Verrett. Well, I think Gary Gensler is going to get in a lot of trouble, and we are just seeing the beginning of it, guys. Once XRP has clarity, this is going to answer a lot of questions in the crypto space. And I think we will definitely see money start flowing. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.